I must be bored because I'm doing a YouTube live stream again. Okay, so I am going to answer a bunch of questions about hobby jogging because I am an elite hobby jogger who knows all the answers. And um, everybody should listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. See, here's my adios. It's an elite jogging shoe. Hi, Ella. Ella's sticking a stick into my head.
Uh-huh.
What is that? Is that one of those horse whipping things?
Uh-huh.
Yeah? Do you have a horse?
Yes.
Yeah? Do you whip the horse with with that thing?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad to see we've got private LTZ back on here. Can you hear me? My microphone icons are not flashing at me. I'll wait for him to respond. Okay, well, that's good. I can never tell if I don't have the lights flashing at me. So I guess since nobody watches me, I'm going to just pull my questions from the daily Q&A thread on Reddit, even though Reddit is horrible. And I'm sorry. It's literally horrible. Okay. So here we go. Let's see. I'm going to skip over questions that are way too long because nobody wants to listen to that. Best compression shorts on Amazon, as asked by _Gutzer. I would say get the just get whatever the most Chinese Englishy sounding brand you can get. You can't go wrong there.
I'm on my phone.
Ella is on a horse. That's a here. Let me do this. That might work better. I think that's an Old Spice commercial going on behind me. See, look at this. Look at this professional looking microphone I have. I think that means that my video production quality is slightly ahead of that Sage Canada guy, that hobby jogger. Who's maybe one day I'll start doing some shirtless green screen videos like him. He is clearly a much better hobby jogger than I am. Anyway, a Roach 1995 asks, is anyone running at their local track during quarantine? Anyone in Michigan doing this? Well, yes, people are. However, in Michigan, I would suggest not doing that. You will probably be arrested. Although you might be okay as long as you're not planting flowers near the track. Does a lot of walking still count as a rest day if I'm trying to ease my feet into running more? So if I ran 3 days in a row, then go for a 10K step casual hike on a decently flat surface on my rest day, that I impact my recovery at all? Asked by Jun Hugi 2. Jun Hugie 2, how fat are you? Have you never walked before? I don't understand why you're even asking this question. You can, yeah. Do you normally walk? Does my face is totally getting blown out here? I'm going to move it back to here. You can look up my nose. Yeah. If you know how to walk, then I think you should be okay. Snix12345 asks, anyone get pretty bad tinnitus after running with headphones in? Any ideas how to fix this? I don't have the volume up too loud, and I can't imagine running without music. Yes. Well, I don't, but I have a suggestion. I'd say get a ghetto blaster, carry it over one shoulder, and every mile switch shoulders. You'll get ultra strong shoulders that way, and that will help you swing your arms better. And if you swing your arms faster, you'll run faster. Private LTZ suggests to visit a doctor. I suppose that would work too. But you can't visit doctors because doctors are closed unless you have coronavirus. So get coronavirus, then talk to a doctor about your tinnitus. What is a good post-run stretching and foam rolling routine? I would say bend your body whichever way you can to make whatever hurts hurt even more. And then you're doing something right. Let's see.
Or pretend you have the coronavirus.
Yes, or pretend you have the coronavirus instead of stretching. Thanks for the suggestion, Ella. Yes, like Axel broke his foot.
But
His butt. That's right. He broke his butt, not his foot.
off the foam roller.
Yes, yes. Yep. My son, who's the only person watching this live stream right now, broke his butt because he fell off a foam roller. And if there's anything that you can learn from that, it is that foam rollers are bad. They're dangerous and you should never use them. Right, Private LTZ? Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Some guy has a really long question. Let's see. That's some more long questions that I don't want to read here. I'm just going to mumble around instead for about the same amount of time it would take to read them. Anyway, Mariziz says, what were the biggest challenges for people transitioning from half marathons to full marathons? Running twice as far. That's the biggest challenge. This guy has a post and not a reply. This guy wants me to watch his videos. That sounds like spam. Just went for my first run to get into it, and I quickly felt piercing pain down the outside of my calves. Anyone know what might have caused this? Running. Probably with bad form. And your Air Jordans probably didn't help either.
Wait, is Axel watching this?
Axel also says visit a doctor. That's also a good solution. But remember, get coronavirus, then visit the doctor.
Or fake it.
Or fake it.
If you broke your butt.
Any recommendations for a beefy high drop shoe good for long, slow distances into the half marathon and marathon range? I found mixing high and low drop shoes can help my plantar fasciitis out a lot. Current lineup, which I love: Hoka Rincon, Saucony, I can say this, Saucony Kinvara, Adidas Adios. Real answer, get some Bostons to go with those Adioses, or as I call them, Adios Grande. That's probably as huge of a gap as you need. Turn your microphone gain up really high. Am I too quiet? Let me see if I can figure out how to do that. Oh, here we go. Mic boost. step up to the mic. Am I way too loud now, or only a little bit too loud? Hopefully he'll give me some feedback here. Anyway, what the hell just happened? No, it would found really funny. Oh, I'm being trolled. All right. Golden underscore hedgehog says Achilles heel pain. I have a slight soreness / tightness in my left Achilles heel at the back. I've had it for 7 to 8 months since I did army training, and it comes on after a run on uneven ground and remains sore for a few days. Are there exercises I can do to remedy it? It's not bad, but I don't want to make it worse. I'm 25 and male. Yeah, I would say also for you, get coronavirus and then go to a doctor. Otherwise, stop running in army boots. Those aren't great running shoes. Hang on a second. Check whenever work send me a Amazon link. I have to do that. Wow, that's quite a thing. All right, I wish I knew how to share a link over this because it's amazing. Here, how about we do this? Here, everybody, click on that. Wait, never mind. I can't do it. Oh, well. Any experienced marathoners have recommendations for supplements looking for something to help boost endurance, speed, or both? Creatine, beta-alanine, sodium phosphate, BCAAs, glutamine, beet juice? Yeah, I would say call up Alberto Salazar. He will get you some of the best running roids money can buy. If you can't afford that, just, I don't know, go talk to some baseball players and ask them what kind of roids they take. I'm sure it works. Wellesley17 asks, 24-year-old in good shape. Is it okay to run every day around 3 kilometers to 5 kilometers? Or am I bound to injure myself? Usually gym every day, but have taken up running due to COVID. Sure, do it until you get coronavirus and have to go to the doctor. 3 to 5K is not very much. Nobody's going to injure themselves unless you're incredibly fat or have the worst form of all time. I don't even care if you don't slow down. That's a dumb question. Anyone, this is fit_trifle asks, anyone have any info on when the Adidas Boston 9s will be available in the UK? I've seen a few US reviews and shops selling, but there's no info on the Adidas website, only for the Boston 8s. I was going to purchase the 8s unless the 9s are about to become available. Well, yeah, the answer is no, because the whole point of Boston is to keep the British out of this. So we had a whole tea party and everything for it. So no Bostons for you. Go talk to your queen about that. Yeah, you're right. You're typing too much. Blah, blah, blah. Sir Syvad22 says, I just got back into running a couple months ago after years off. This is my first to do any real training in May. In high school, I always took summers off, was lazy, and it's pretty hot in Texas, aside from a run here and there. I'm on track for 30 miles this week, but humidity is awful. Today's 6-mile easy run in 100% humidity felt way more exhausting than my 10-mile long runs last month. What do y'all do when it's super humid? I would get, I think you just need more goo and eat it, slather yourself in it, rub it all over your nipples. That'll help. Or here's a good one. You could go run around your neighborhood, turn on everybody's sprinklers, and do this at night so they don't notice. But turn on everybody's sprinklers in the whole neighborhood. Just do a whole bunch of loops around there. DR Skeptical 91 asks, what are the different phases of running a marathon? Well, I tried to run a marathon one time and it got canceled. I didn't know there were phases though. That's the first I've heard of this. I think the first phase, if I were to guess, I think the first phase is when you start running at the start of it. The second phase is when you eat your first goo about, probably half a mile in. Second phase is when you eat your second goo about a mile in. That lasts for about 10 miles, and then you eat it. Then you eat 5 more. Then you you up your goo intake to about 5 per mile. That's phase 3, and then phase 4 is when your vapor flies get torn and you start walking. I hope that answers the question. Two Chins asks, anyone have a coach? Thinking about hiring one to help my technique and training plan. How much should I be expecting to spend if I do? I would suggest lose one of the chins first and then worry about it. Your form might get better. If you have 2 chins, then that's probably causing other problems. You may also want to get coronavirus and then go and talk to a doctor about that. Let's see, we got some dumb questions about blisters and socks. Everybody has problems with their Achilles. Man, I mean, I do too, but I just Google it and do what Google tells me to do. That works pretty good. Fruit Salad 7, I hope his name is Ed, asks, what do you think of my blubber? It's too hot these days to run without the wind cooling me down, so I run shirtless. Do you think my blubber is unattractive, or am I just another person at the park? Yes to both. It is very unattractive, and I forget about it because I shove a pack of goo in each of my eyes so I can't see you anymore. Let's see, no more dumb questions. I don't want to answer dumb questions, but that's all we got on here. According Shoe 8 asks, suggestions for lightest, most breathable face masks for running/walking. My city now requires face masks at all times. It is LA, and we have hot weather. I hate how sweaty I get under my mask. I also have asthma, so I really need to find one that is breathable and won't be constantly falling off while running. Any suggestions? I would suggest either moving to or not running in a communist city. However, I've got just the solution for you. Just find you just gotta get to an old find some military surplus store and get a old Eastern European gas mask. Stick that over your head. It actually doesn't really solve any of the problems you ask about, but you'll look cooler. I'll try it on for you. Just watch. Okay. I just realized since I can't hear myself, there's not really any point in wearing my headset, so I'm going to take that off. Plus, now you can see my sweet Corona mullet. Thank you, Private LTZ, for the suggestion. If I run out of stuff to read, just refresh it. Yeah, we're just a little more than halfway through, so I can keep going for a little bit. You are an idiot. I'm not going to read that stupid question. Chili Penguin asks, does anyone have any tips for picking out the right shoes while in lockdown? I've been working through a half marathon training plan, and so far so good, but I'm concerned about injury through the running shoes that aren't ideal for me. I've put about 170 kilometers on a pair of Caramore Dumas, bought for about 20 pounds, so can't complain, and they're holding up fine. I just wondered if there's a way to some form of gait analysis from home. I've never heard of that shoe. It sounds like it's probably made by the same company that made my podcasting microphone here, possibly my gas mask as well. But I would suggest you can't go wrong with the Nike Vaporfly Next Percent. Just buy those. You'll be good. U4212M asks, I run a bit specifically to get better conditioning for football, soccer, and table tennis. Table tennis, all right. I'm wondering if running long and slow is overrated for the type of running that is in football, where you do fast stops and starts and sprints for maybe 30 to 40 meters. Would it be better for me to almost completely focus on sprint/hit type of running instead of going on 5 to 10K? I would say, no, I would not worry about doing the running at all. When you're playing football, soccer, football parentheses soccer, you can get a break. You can catch a break anytime you want. All you need to do is start grabbing your knee and go like this, and fall over and start rolling around on the ground. And then somebody will come out with a stretcher for you, and that'll take take a good 2-3 minutes. And so you'll get a nice long break there. And as soon as the stretcher gets there, you can get right back up and start playing again. That's how the pros do it. So there's no reason why you can't do that too. Let's see. Hey guys, this is DR Skeptical 91 again. He's got lots of questions today. I'm currently training for a solo marathon using Garmin Connect. My question is, how can I work out what pace I can run in based off my current records? And then he lists some times. You can run at the pace that it says you ran at. I know that because I've got a Garmin too. It's pretty accurate most of the time, and it tells me how fast I ran. So if I look at the watch and look at the website after I'm done running, it tells me how fast I ran. So that way I know how fast I can run because I already did it. Zirasuil asks, how do people track mileage on your shoes if you rotate through multiple shoes at a time? Does Garmin Connect allow it? I'm currently using the FR35. I would say make get a Sharpie, and then for each mile that you run, make a tally mark inside the shoe. And that's probably the best way. Laz 000 or 002 rather says, as a 15-year-old male, I need to run 2.2 kilometers for sport, soccer in parentheses again. You should have put football in parentheses, and then we could have like gone transitive property or something back to the other guy. And as of right now, I can do it in 9 minutes and 20 seconds. I weigh roughly 72 kilograms. I have no idea what that means. And 175 centimeters. I have no idea what that means. What can I give you or what advice can you give me to help drop that time below 8 minutes and 15 seconds? Run faster. Kind of French asks, what can you do instead of hill sprints? I don't have any hills nearby. Good question. I would suggest driving to some hills and sprinting up them. Ninja Llama 21 says, do you guys take scheduled down weeks? How do you structure them? Do you eat and cross-train the same? I'm doing one right now. How do I structure them? I run less and run slower. Do you eat and cross-train the same? If I'm hungry, yeah. Okay. People ask way too many long-winded questions. I don't want to listen to these. I don't want to listen to my own voice. I don't think you do either. Underscore Dreamer asks, by the way, it seems like a lot of these questions got downvoted. So I must not be the only person who thinks they're idiotic. But anyway, underscore Dreamer says, what's your favorite method of carrying your phone on a run? I try to just run with my Apple Watch, but it doesn't have a cellular, so I'm forced to take my phone on longer excursions. Phones are huge now. Any tips? Yep. So you can carry it in your hand. If you have giant LeBron James hands, you can carry a giant LeBron James phablet in them. If not, you can get a smaller phone. You can get some shorts with a pocket, put them in there. I can't believe people are asking questions like this. It's not difficult. Well, look at that. I think that's the last question. Let's refresh, see if any more brilliant questions have popped up. Stalin Claus 1944 asks, who is the best running podcast host? I think it's me. Although this isn't a podcast and I'm talking about hobby jogging and not running, so I guess I'm not. The year was 1775 asks, is there an app that would let me run a 5K with my BF who's in Texas right now? I'm thinking something with a distance for us to go for us each and maybe a little fun map. Yeah, say call BF and Bob Franklin and say, hey, want to go for a run virtually through telekinesis right now together? And Bob will be like, yeah, let's do it. And then you're like, all right. And then you'd be like, okay, 3, 2, 1, go. And then you start jogging away. And then that way you'll know that you did it at the same time. I think that's what you're asking. All right. I don't see anything else worth responding to. So let's call that. That's a half hour. That's a good amount of time for a live stream. So let's end it there. And I will try to put a link to the amazing Amazon. Oh, you know what? Here. I got there's a link for you. Check it out. Buy it if you want it. I cannot recommend or not recommend it. It will not cut your corona hair, I do not believe, but you can put it in your man cave, it appears. So, okay, bye.